Indonesia, a land of diverse cultures and ethnicities, has sadly witnessed its share of conflicts. One such dark chapter unfolded in 2001, etching itself into the nation's memory as the Sampit conflict. This bloody ethnic clash, centered in central Kalimantan, pitted the indigenous Dayak community against Madura's migrants, leaving a trail of destruction and heartbreak in its wake. This essay delves into the heart of this conflict, exploring the historical context, the events that triggered the violence, and the devastating consequences that followed. We will examine the root causes, the role of rumors and misinformation, and the efforts made towards conciliation and lasting peace. The Sampit conflict serves as a stark reminder of the fragility of social harmony and the importance of understanding, tolerance, and respect in a multicultural society. By examining this tragedy, we hope to learn from the past and build a future where such horrors are never repeated. To understand the Sampit conflict, we must first journey back in time to understand the historical dynamics at play. The Dayak people, the indigenous inhabitants of Kalimantan, have a deep-rooted connection to their ancestral lands and traditions. Over time, waves of migration, particularly from the island of Madura, altered the demographic landscape of central Kalimantan. The Madura's people, known for their resilience and entrepreneurial spirit, often found success in their new home. However, this success sometimes came at a cost. The influx of Madura's migrants led to competition for resources, land, and economic opportunities. Cultural differences and misunderstandings further fueled tensions between the two communities. The Dayak, with their strong communal bonds and respect for nature, felt their way of life threatened by the Madura's perceived assertiveness and individualism. Over time, these underlying tensions created a fertile ground for conflict. Small disputes escalated quickly, and a sense of mistrust and suspicion permeated the social fabric. This volatile mix of historical grievances, economic competition, and cultural clashes set the stage for the tragic events that would unfold in 2001. The immediate trigger for the Sampit conflict occurred in February 2001, igniting a firestorm of violence that would engulf the region. A relatively minor dispute, reportedly a fight near a gold mine, escalated rapidly along ethnic lines. The details of the incident remain shrouded in conflicting accounts, but its impact was undeniable. Fueled by pre-existing tensions and mistrust, the incident became a catalyst for widespread violence. What began as a localized clash quickly spiraled out of control, fueled by a potent mixture of anger, fear, and a thirst for revenge. Within days, the violence spread from the town of Sampit to other parts of central Kalimantan, engulfing the region in a wave of bloodshed and terror. The events of February 2001 serve as a chilling reminder of how easily simmering tensions can erupt into widespread violence. The Sampit conflict, like many other ethnic conflicts, highlights the dangerous consequences of unresolved grievances, prejudice, and the lack of inter-community dialogue. As the violence escalated, rumors and misinformation spread like wildfire, further inflaming tensions and fueling the cycle of bloodshed. In the chaos and fear that gripped the region, it became increasingly difficult to distinguish truth from fabrication. Exaggerated accounts of atrocities, often spread through word of mouth and amplified by local media, heightened fear and suspicion on both sides. These rumors played a sinister role in the conflict, demonizing the other and inciting further acts of violence and retaliation. Stories of poisoning, black magic, and planned attacks circulated widely, deepening the divide between the Dayak and Madura's communities. The lack of reliable information and the rapid spread of false narratives created an atmosphere of paranoia and distrust, making it nearly impossible to de-escalate the situation. The Sampit conflict underscores the dangerous power of rumors and misinformation, particularly in conflict zones. It highlights the urgent need for accurate, unbiased reporting and the importance of critical thinking in the face of inflammatory narratives. The Sampit conflict was marked by shocking brutality and a level of violence that shook the nation. Both the Dayak and Madura's communities suffered immensely as the conflict spiraled out of control. Eyewitness accounts paint a grim picture of killings, beheadings, arson, and widespread displacement. Homes and businesses were razed to the ground, leaving behind a trail of destruction and despair. Thousands fled their homes, seeking refuge in makeshift camps, or embarking on perilous journeys to escape the violence. The conflict claimed hundreds of lives, leaving countless others physically and emotionally scarred. The brutality of the Sampit conflict serves as a stark reminder of the human cost of ethnic hatred and violence. It stands as a dark chapter in Indonesian history, highlighting the urgent need for reconciliation, healing, and the prevention of future atrocities. In the aftermath of the violence, central Kalimantan was left reeling from the devastating consequences of the conflict. The physical scars of destruction were evident in the burnt-out buildings and abandoned villages, but the invisible wounds ran much deeper. The conflict resulted in the displacement of hundreds of thousands of people, mostly Madurais, who fled their homes seeking safety and security. Many sought refuge in overcrowded camps, struggling to rebuild their lives amidst uncertainty and trauma. The economic impact of the conflict was also significant, with businesses destroyed and livelihoods shattered. The social fabric of the region lay in tatters, torn apart by suspicion, fear, and the lingering trauma of violence. The Sampit conflict left an indelible mark on central Kalimantan, highlighting the long-lasting consequences of ethnic violence. It underscores the importance of addressing not only the immediate impact of conflict, but also the long-term needs of displaced populations and the rebuilding of shattered communities. In the years following the Sampit conflict, efforts have been made to rebuild shattered lives and foster reconciliation between the Dayak and Madurais communities. The process has been slow and painstaking, requiring patience, understanding, and a willingness to confront the painful legacy of the past. Community leaders, religious figures, and government officials have played a role in facilitating dialogue, promoting peace-building initiatives, and addressing the root causes of the conflict. Reconciliation efforts have focused on promoting interfaith harmony, cultural understanding, and economic empowerment. Programs aimed at fostering dialogue between youth from different ethnic groups, promoting tolerance and respect, and providing trauma healing services have also emerged. While challenges remain, these initiatives represent vital steps towards healing the wounds of the past and building a more peaceful future. The Sampit conflict holds important lessons for Indonesia and the world about the dangers of ethnic tensions and the importance of conflict prevention. It underscores the need to address the root causes of conflict, including poverty, inequality, discrimination, and historical grievances. Promoting interethnic dialogue, fostering cultural understanding, and strengthening law enforcement are crucial steps in preventing future outbreaks of violence. Additionally, responsible media coverage, education, and addressing the spread of rumors and hate speech are essential in building a more tolerant and peaceful society. The Sampit conflict serves as a stark reminder that peace is a fragile and precious commodity that requires constant nurturing and protection. By learning from the mistakes of the past, we can work towards a future where such tragedies are never repeated. The Sampit conflict stands as a dark chapter in Indonesian history, a stark reminder of the devastating consequences of ethnic violence and the fragility of social harmony. While the physical scars of the conflict may have faded, the emotional and psychological wounds run deep. The road to healing and reconciliation is long and arduous, requiring sustained effort, empathy, and a commitment to justice and understanding. By confronting the painful legacy of the past, promoting dialogue, and addressing the root causes of the conflict, we can strive to build a future where such horrors are never repeated. The Sampit conflict serves as a sobering reminder of the importance of tolerance, respect, and the need to protect the rights of all citizens, regardless of their ethnicity or background. It is a call to action for all Indonesians to work together to build a more just, equitable, and peaceful society.